What's up, guys? It's Elliot. I am at Caleb's so I can make a video because my computer is broken and won't turn on, so I can only make them when I'm here. I got a few things to say. As you might know, I was supposed to have surgery yesterday, and I didn't. I found out like a week and a half ago that I tested positive for a blood clotting disorder called factor V latent thrombophilia, and it's genetic, and I got it from my mom, so I cursed her for a while. Let's see. I have to meet with a hematologist, and I go in mid-November, and he'll tell me what I can do, and hopefully then I'll be able to find out how soon I'll be looking at being able to reschedule my surgery. Everything's pretty much ready to go for my surgery because I was supposed to have it yesterday, so now I just need a new date and the okay from a hematologist. And like my endo called me and told me the bad news, and he had already found a hematologist in Asheville for me that specialized in factor V, and got them to schedule me an appointment and call me and tell me when it was, and that all happened in less than 24 hours, so it's really awesome. I have a really awesome endocrinologist, so I'm lucky there, I guess. Let's see what else. If you watched Caleb's video, he talked about that I got a new job, but I don't anymore. It was with this really intensive group home, like residential care setting for severely at-risk youth. They had severe depression, schizophrenia, like really intense mental disorders. I had 2 weeks of training. It started on Monday. I went to my first day of training. Everything was awesome. At the end of the day, the lady who hired me pulled me into her office and said she needed to take me to the director, and like she was all sweet and like, how was your first day of training? And so I didn't really think anything of it, but she took me in there, and then he was like, started off by saying, well, this is the first conversation I've ever had, and it probably won't be the last, and then went into the trans thing and basically straight up told me that I pretty much lied to everyone there, told them that I was a male and I really wasn't, and that my legal name was Elliot, and I was like, I never lied to anybody. My legal name has to be on my resume and my application, and it was, and also sex. They have my social security number. If they did any of that, which they were supposed to do background checks before I even got hired, they would know. So it was the lady who hired me, her fault for not passing on the information, and she just sat there next to me in the room. For HR purposes, they needed 2 people, and pretended like she didn't know anything. I was like, are you fucking retarded? So I basically had to sit there and get yelled at for a half hour, and I didn't just sit there. I tore the dude's ass up at certain times and gave him the lecture about the difference between sex and gender, and that I am male, and if he really wants tangible proof that I have the gender identity disorder diagnosis from the psych. Let's see, what else did I tell him? I told him he really needed to get someone from HR to come in to do a trans workshop for them, because they obviously didn't know anything on the issue, and that they're very unaccepting. And for running an at-risk youth program, they're eventually going to have a kid that comes through that's trans, and they're not going to know how to deal with them. And they're not going to know how to give them any help at all. And so he told me that I would be an excellent employee, and they really wanted me, but that I'd have to work under female pronouns and my legal birth name. I'm sorry, I think that's going to be a little confusing to the children, and I look and sound like this. Definitely not going to do that. And I told him, I was like, I will never work for anyone under those conditions. I think it's completely unaccepting and rude, and it's straight up discrimination. And he goes, well, that's our legal policy. And I was like, your policy should include other things that are more important. He told me that as soon as everything was fixed, that I could switch over to my legal, or Elliot, which would have been my legal name, and male pronouns as soon as I had surgery. And I was like, so how are you going to explain that to the kids, that from female to male? And he's like, oh, I wouldn't, you would. And I was like, fuck no, I wouldn't. This is your problem. I have no problem going by male right now, and you're wanting me to go by female? And it's going to be one hell of a conversation with these kids that I already don't know who they are. And he said he wanted to hire staff that was stable, and I guess having a gender identity disorder is unstable. And I was like, I'm probably more stable than any employee you've ever had here. For living in the wrong body for 22 years, and now finally the last year of my life living my life how it should be, that I'm definitely more stable than a lot of employees that probably work there. And so I just walked out, and he was like, well, give us a call when everything's fixed and we'll get you started right away. And I was like, I'm not fucking coming back here. I'd rather like be a garbage man or something. But actually no, I'm looking into going to firefighter school. I always wanted to be, you know, the little boy running around wanting to be a fireman, and it just, you know, just figured it was whatever. But now I'm gonna do it. At least look into it and figure out what I can do. I think, let's see, I get to put in my paperwork for name change on November 12th. That'll be my 6-month mark for my residency in my county. So I'm gonna, let's see, I'll probably leave here around 2:30, and I'll get back to Asheville around 3:30. Stop by the courthouse and get that paperwork so I can get it all filled out, so I can just drop it off on November 12th. And I think that's pretty much. I'm tired. I just woke up. Pet Sematary is on. It's one of my favorite scary movies. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go. Hopefully I'll be able to update soonish. Who knows? Whenever I get back here, I guess. But I guess that's everything. I'll let you guys know about my hematologist appointment and hopefully a date. I'm still trying to decide whether I want to keep it with Dr. McPhee in Raleigh or if I want to go to Fisher in Maryland. So we'll see. Talk to you guys later.